My name is Paul. Today I'm going to do something really simple. I'm going to do instant oatmeal in a microwave. Now, in this case, I'm using apples and cinnamon oatmeal, so I don't have to add anything to it. But I could if I wanted to. If you make like unflavored oatmeal, then you'll probably put something in it. You may put your own apples in it. You may put maple syrup. You may put brown sugar. You may put regular sugar. You may put other things in it. It's entirely up to you. But in my case, I'm just making it straight out of the box and eating it straight out of the microwave. Since oatmeal doesn't have any flavor as a dry cereal, you can't eat it out of the box. So anyway, let's get started. Okay, so what do we need to make microwave instant oatmeal? First, we need oatmeal. Well, maybe not a whole box of oatmeal. You're going to want some packets of it. So in my case, I'm going to have 3 packets. 1, 2, 3. 3. A bowl. A spoon. Wait a minute, I said a spoon, not a fork. That's better. And measuring cups. I recommend when you get measuring cups, get the kind where the measurement is engraved into the handle as opposed to printed on it, because simply enough, over time, printing wears off. Then you end up with a bunch of measuring cups that you have no idea what the values are. This one is clearly a 1/4 cup, but there's no marking anywhere on it to tell me. But the size is so small, it can't be anything but a 1/4. Now this one, however, I can't tell without having a different measuring cup to pour into it until I figure out which size it is, because I can't tell, is this a 1/2? Is this a 2/3? It's probably a 1/2, but I can't tell by looking at it. This one, on the other hand, right there, it's engraved in the handle. It says 1/2 cup. There is no problem knowing what it is, because that's not going to wear off. This, on the other hand, has 1/2 cup engraved into the handle. There's no problem knowing what it is, because that's not going to wear off. We also need water, and I'll get that when I turn on the faucet to get it. So anyway, now one problem might occur, and that is that these require 2/3 of a cup of water. Okay? How do I get 2/3 of a cup of water when I only have a 1/4, a 1/2, and a 1 cup? Well, remember your mathematics, or your arithmetic. If you don't know fractions, you're going to have a real problem with doing work in the kitchen. But just remember this, when you have a fraction, if you add them together, you add the top halves together if the bottom is the same. So we have 2/3 plus 2/3 plus 2/3. That gives us 6/3. And what is 6/3? 2 cups. So I don't even need a 1/3 measuring cup. I can just use a 1 cup. So now I'll pour the oatmeal into the bowl. 1, 2, 3. This is what 3 packets of instant oatmeal looks like when it's dry. Now I have to add to this 2 cups of water for the reason I explained previously. 1 cup of water. 2 cups of water. If you're not sure it's all wet, stir it a little. Close the door, because the microwave won't operate if the door is open. If you've got a correctly operating microwave. If you don't, you're probably not around to know about it, because it's probably fried your brains and you're a zombie. Anyway, close the door. Close the door. That's better. It says to do it for 1 to 2 minutes, but that's for 1 package. So since I've got 3 packets in and there's a lot of water, I'm going to do 3 minutes. And that's essentially it. It's a trial and error. If you've never done this before, and this is the first time I've made oatmeal in a microwave, probably in 5 years, maybe longer. You may have to try several times. One thing, if you're not sure, undercook. You can always heat it more, but if you overcook and you ruin it, especially if your microwave starts shooting out sparks, which is a problem. If you put something in the microwave and it doesn't have enough moisture in it, your microwave will start to spark because the magnetron is getting feedback from the material since the material is not absorbing the microwave radiation. It's the same thing like when you have a microphone and a speaker too close to each other, you'll get a loud whistle. That's a feedback. Well, the same thing happens when you run a magnetron in a microwave. The generator that makes the microwave energy is called a magnetron. If the magnetron generates energy and there isn't enough moisture in the inside of the microwave cage to capture the energy, it'll start to spark. Or if there's metal, because that will bounce the waves back to the magnetron and causes a feedback loop. Since I'm not sure if this is going to be very hot, I'm going to presume it is, and I'll use a pot holder to remove it. This is just about right. It's a little runnier than usual, but it will absorb moisture, and you don't want it to be too thick because then then it gets really hard to eat. So now I'm going to try some. Perfect. It's not really, really thick, and it's not really, really runny. It's reasonably thick, but it has some. It's reasonably thick, but it has some juice in it. Oh, let's try not to drop. Let's not try to spill hot oatmeal in my lap, shall we? I wouldn't lie. If this stuff tasted bad, I'd say so. Because the only way you are going to learn is by me showing you. If I make a mistake, then by showing you that I've made a mistake, you'll know not to do the same thing. And if you've seen some of my other videos where I've shown where something didn't go right, it's important that if I want you to learn something, it's important. If I want you to learn something from this video, then I have to make sure I show you my mistakes or anything that might go wrong that I can recognize, or if anything does go wrong. So anyway, I'm going to finish my breakfast. So my name is Paul. Thank you for watching, and if you've also made oatmeal, enjoy.
Louisiana has been working on this for many, many years. I think even before I came, I've been here 4 years now. When I first came, I talked to
Yes, it is quite hot.
a friend from Louisiana and asked her about this, and basically,
That's good though.
explained to me at the time.
Email Paul at paul-robinson.us.